In today's video, I'm going to cover 5 things that I wished I would have known when I was a lot younger. It would have saved me a lot of time and money, so stay tuned. The first one is, I've learned this not too long ago, but it's called the 100-hour rule, which means that if you spend 18 minutes a day for the entire year, that will be 100 hours. And if you did this and you practice something like, let's say, the violin, I don't know, weightlifting, gymnastics, swimming, anything that you practice for 18 minutes a day, after 1 year, you will be better than 95% of the people in the world. So let's say I do CrossFit, so we call it skill work. So when we get done working out, we can practice something that we're not good at, and that's why they call it skill work. And I practice, I'd say about 10 minutes a day, but if you could bump that up to 15 to, let's say, 18 minutes a day for 1 year, you will be better than 95% of the people in the world. And it's called the 100-hour rule. The second thing I wished I had known when I was much younger is how important compounding is when it comes to money. So compounding means if I put $100 in on January 1st, at the end of the year, if I'm earning 10%, I will have $110. Now the next year, I start out with $110, so I'm going to earn 10% on the $110. Now you're probably going to sit there and think, well, that's not a lot of money. And I will tell you, you're right. But if you start young, and this is my whole point, and you need to listen, if you start putting money in now, when you're 20 or 19 years old, by the time you're 40 and 50, you will be a millionaire if you leave the money alone and you consistently invest that money. And the best thing about this is that once you start achieving more and more growth in your money, let's say you have 1,000 in there, you're going to only make so much. But if you had 100,000 in there and you earn 10%, now you're looking at 110,000. And then let's say you have 500,000 in there. Now you're earning 550,000 by the end of the year. The compounding really starts to take off when you have more money in there. I can tell you that. But the bottom line is that you'll never make it to that point if you don't start investing now. I heard a saying that said here not too long ago, there's 3 things that you can never get back. One is an opportunity. One are your words, and another one is your time. For this video, I'm going to focus on the middle one, which is your words. If you say something to somebody, whether it's your significant other or something, and it comes out wrong, or you just say the wrong thing, it can be detrimental. It could end the relationship. It could get you fired from work, and I have had times in my past where I have stepped on my tongue and I said something the wrong way, or I said the wrong thing, and it came back and bit me. So if I could just go back in time, and you can't do that because time is one of those other 3 things we just talked about. You can't replace it. If I could have went back in time, if I could go back in time, I would definitely be more careful when I talk. And the Bible says death comes from the tongue. So you really do need to watch what you say and how you say it. And that is part of emotional intelligence if you want to get into that part. But that's number 3. The 4th thing is I wished I would have never smoked a cigarette or picked up a beer. Okay. When I was younger, I would sneak a cigarette for my mom, and I'd run out and I would smoke it. Me and my friends, we'd sit there and cough up our lungs. Obviously it wasn't healthy for us, but we were trying to do the cool thing. We were trying to be, you had peer pressure, hey man, smoke a cigarette, and this is a cool thing to do. I just wish I would have never picked up a cigarette. Cigarettes and alcohol will never do anything good for you in your life. I had a friend of mine or a buddy say, well, my uncle, he smokes and it relaxes him. And I said, no, he smokes because he's addicted to the nicotine, just like caffeine or whatever. It's an addiction, and smoking doesn't do anything. You cannot tell me that smoke going into your lung with carcinogens and over 1,000 different chemicals is good for you. So smoking and drinking will never, ever. Only thing it's going to do, it's going to take away your money. So if you say, well, I don't have any money to invest because I talked about investing earlier, but you have cigarettes and you have beer and alcohol, well, you know what? You need to replace this bad habit over here with the good habit of investing your money. So, and also it's going to tear down your health. And if you do not have your health, you don't have anything. Your health is number 1. If you don't take care of your body, who the hell is going to take care of it for you? You got to take care of yourself. So smoking and drinking, out of there. The 5th one and last one, and I really wished I would have, I knew about this, but I still fell into it, and I shouldn't have when I was younger, because when you're younger, you're gullible. You want instant gratification to some degree. You want it now sometimes, and it's going to be staying out of debt. So spend less than you make and invest the surplus, and don't go into debt. The borrower is slave to the lender at all times. I do have credit cards, but I usually use one credit card right now, and it's to keep my credit score high and it's to give me flexibility. I don't want to use a debit card because we know you have fraud out there, and I don't want somebody trying to get my number. So I use a credit card. If something happens with the credit card, the bank just gives you the money back. It's not a big deal, but you need to stop using credit for every tiny thing. It's not so much you're using it for everything. It's that you don't pay it off at the end of the month. There is your problem, probably. And that's the problem with most of America right now. And I know inflation's high and I get it, but the bottom line is I just wished I knew back then, or like I said, I knew it, but I didn't apply it. You can know something, but not use it. So if you have knowledge, well, walk the walk and use it. Okay. Don't go into debt. It's not going to do you any good. It will keep you down, and your life will be much better off if you have more money, right? Do you agree with me? Okay. So why would you go into debt buying a bunch of frivolous stuff you probably don't even need anyway? And then you have to sit there and worry and make these payments every month and kill yourself. And it just creates more stress, by the way. And stress leads to other diseases. So I just wish I had known that and I would have applied it better. So stay out of debt. Or those are my 5 life hacks, or whatever you want to call them, that will help you get ahead in life if you apply them. Don't just sit there and listen to this video and say that's a great idea, but don't apply them. So I hope you get some value out of this video. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.